Hello everyone and welcome back to my first AFLW fantasy round review, even though it's round 2. So last week I was going to do a round review, but I was pretty busy with other stuff, so I didn't get the time to record the video. I actually tried to record it on the Friday night, and I forgot that the lockout was at 5 p.m. So I was recording it at like 4:55-ish. Um, yeah, and lockout came in right in the middle of my recording. So like I was in the middle of doing my trades, and sorting out my team for you guys, and then lockout came, and which is why I have McCormick on field for McGrath. I actually got pretty lucky because I thought for a good hour or so that I thought that my trades hadn't been confirmed. So yeah. So it was quite unfortunate then, but I'm back this week. I've got the lockout times right, and as you guys can see, I'm ranked currently in the 600s, which isn't very good. Largely due to a terrible week this week. I was ranked like 300th last week, and that was with the likes of Roberts on bench, Whelan on field, Kennedy on field, and then Tarrant on my Eastman on my bench. Yeah, so week 1 was pretty disappointing since I got some on field calls wrong. If I'd actually swapped those two players, I probably would have been top 100. So yeah, that's pretty unfortunate. And then this week, I made some trades. So I brought in Sheeran, for who was it? Sheeran for one of my defenders. Can't I can't remember actually. Oh wait, it was I think Goodwin or something. I think it was Goodwin. Oh no. Oh wait. No, I actually can't remember. But yeah, I brought in Sheeran this week. I also brought in McCormick for Davies, who had the ACL. I decided not to trade her before round 1 because I wanted McGrath's score, and McGrath was on my bench. So yeah, I held Davies and used the trade on her. Yeah, and then I brought in Doric for Ham. And yeah, those are my 3 trades. I just can't remember who I traded out from my defense, but yeah. So those are my trades from last week, and yeah. So I managed to get most of my fielding right. But Stewart and Whelan on my bench is pretty tough. Considering I had Patricios and Fleming on field over Stewart, and then I had Zaghetti and Roberts over Whelan. Yeah, especially since Whelan scored like 27 in the first week, and then I benched her, and she goes on and scores 54, which is kind of frustrating. But yeah, so yeah, I got a pretty below par score of 1,001. So yeah, I'll be looking to get nail my trades this week. So obviously, since Stevenson is injured, she got injured on 3 points. I'll have to trade her out. So I'm going to trade her to Chelsea Randall. Except I don't have wait. I'm just gonna So I also need to trade out Patricios. Like I need the Smith from Hawthorn. What's her name again? Tamara Smith, I think. Yeah, her name Tamara Smith. Yeah, I need this rookie. She's already risen in price by quite a bit, but I think she'll rise to probably like 70k. So she's still got money to make, so I'm gonna bring her in. And it allows me to restructure my team a bit. So now I'll bring in Randall. Yeah, Randall. She's been getting mid time at the Crows. She had like 69% CBAs on the weekend, and she had like 30 something the week before. I'm gonna assume that the first week she only got 30% because she was getting eased into the game. So played defense a bit more, which is her usual position, and then probably got moved in the had stints to the midfield. Yeah, and then now, week 2, she was played in the midfield a bit more, as she was probably more comfortable with the game after her ACL injury last year. And my last trade will be just my last trade will be wait, oh yeah, I was gonna trade Emma Carney, because she's been very below par. I'm not sure like what's up with her. I think North Melbourne are just a good side, and then the ball's not going in their defense that much. So I'm gonna bring in Ruby Schleicher, because she's scoring too well to not have right now. So I should have just started her over Carney. I don't know why I didn't do that, but yeah. So those are probably going to be my 3 trades this week. I'm also potentially looking at getting rid of Mackenzie within the next fortnight. But apart from that, I'm pretty happy with my team. I just need to get my fielding right. So I'll field McGrath over McCormick now. And I'm probably going to drop Zaghetti for Whelan. Just because Zaghetti, she's getting the role, but she's just not scoring well. So, yeah, it doesn't look like she'll. It looks like she'll just consistently score 40s to 50s. Obviously, Roberts and Whelan both have higher ceilings. Yeah, and Roberts, even though she isn't getting that much midfield time, she's still scoring pretty well from the forward line. So I'm gonna put my faith in her on field over Zaghetti, who's getting the better role. Yeah, and then I've also been looking at some other defensive options. So Jacobson has been quite good in defense of St Kilda. You guys might remember that I had her in my preseason team. And this is why, because she's taking kickouts, she's getting all the +6s, and she's just a generally very good defender. So yeah, if you need a premium defender, I think it's either Schleicher, Randall, or Jacobson. Also, Pound was decent in round 1, but had a pretty poor game in round 2. Yeah, Carlton's just terrible right now, so yeah. Yeah, and then I was also looking at the Gold Coast defender Daisy Darcy. She's taken she's taken, I think, most of Gold Coast's kickouts. And she's also their primary distributor. She also tackles a lot. So she gets touches, she gets marks, she gets tackles. She's only sub 80k, so definitely a lot of value there. Yeah, for me it's either her or Randall this week, but I'm gonna go with Randall since I need a premium defender, and Randall just has a better role. But if you need a sideways from Stevenson to a mid-price, I think Darcy is definitely the best option there. And also Gilroy, she looks alright too. Didn't score that well in round 1, I think, but was alright in round 2, so keep a watch on her. The Hawks definitely like getting the ball in her hands. So for midfield options, obviously, Derek, Smith, and Stewart are probably the primary rookie targets. If you don't have any of them, Actually, yeah, those three. Maybe Derek is too expensive now, but definitely Smith and Stewart, I think, are still value. As for premium midfielders, I think Lucas Rod is just so consistent. So if you want a consistent mid, I think Tilly is a very good option. Um, Alice Parker, she's a lot of value as well. Yeah, so obviously a lot of people already know this, but she averaged like 92 2 years ago, and then last season only averaged like sub 80. So yeah, it was probably silly not starting her, to be honest. I didn't really consider her for some reason. Um, I just thought Alicia Eva would still be that primary midfielder at the Giants, but yeah, it hasn't turned out like that since she's averaging 47. Um, yeah, so those two premium midfielders are all good options. Amy McDonald as well. She finished the back half of last season very well. So you can probably see her as a breakout player, breakout premium this season. Press Parkis and White are both very good options as well. I think they're decent value. White always gets so many tackles every game, so a very fantasy friendly scorer. Press Parkis is just a dominant midfielder in the Bombers lineup, so she gets a lot of the ball. Um, but yeah, I think that's probably it. I think Patricios is just being eased back into the lineup. And I think Saints have just got a lot more midfielders now, so a lot more good midfielders. Like White got moved into the midfield, Stewart has been drafted and is being played there. Vesely also returned from injury, so I think the role for Trios just isn't as good as it was before. Um, so yeah, I'm looking to jump off her now. But apart from that, I think that's probably it for the midfield options. We'll just have a look at the mid prices. I think a lot of people jumped on Yorston this week and then got punished because she didn't score very well. Same with Maloney. The two Port Adelaide midfielders both scored pretty well in round one and then didn't do very well last week. Yeah, I think that's it for midfield options. Yeah, I'll move on to rucks. So Moody has been the standout best ruck in the AFLW so far. So, um, if you have the money, you have the trades to uh, get a premium ruckman, ruck woman, definitely get Moody over anyone else. She's just a level above. I wouldn't consider anyone else. Like Seymour isn't very good in terms of fantasy. She's quite inconsistent sometimes. Um, and yeah, you can just see like the average 86 is just so far ahead of everyone else. So she's definitely the rock that you want to target, especially since there's only one rock spot in the AFLW team. She's 100% locked to that R1 position. If you do need value though, Olivia Fuller looks to be a good option. She's averaging 73 so far and has that primary rock position at the Cats this season. Yeah, I don't think she had that last season, so role change and now she's thriving in it. So her and Moody are the primary rock options. And as for forwards, Eileen McCarthy has been very good for the Eagles, so she's probably the premium forward you'd want right now. Which is, yeah, I think she's probably the only one you'd want. Like everyone, all the other forwards are performing at their price. I guess too good. like she could be an option, but I think she's too inconsistent. Like her role probably doesn't allow for consistent fantasy scoring. So I'll stay off her. Um, we'll just keep going through this. I don't think there's really any other decent options. Obviously, there are quite a few players who are scoring above their price, but it's only 2 rounds in. Like they could fall so bad, so easily. I think Guttridge is a decent option. She's been playing on the wing for St Kilda. She was a small forward before, so just maybe keep an eye on her. She's probably decent value considering her new role. I'm just gonna look at some CBAs. So yeah, Dupai. Where is she? I just scrolled past her. So yeah, Dupai's been getting a few midfield minutes for the Suns. It's only 17 and 18% CBAs, but she's definitely rotating through there and probably getting up to the stoppages from the forward line. So, yeah, that's probably translated to this 60 average so far. So, definitely keep an eye on her. I'll just look at Gabby Newton, see if she actually has a decent role. Yeah. Okay. I don't think Newton is a very good option, even though she's averaging well. I think that's probably just one of the fluky averages from 2 games. We'll have a look at Atkins. No, Atkins, no CBAs either. I think, yeah, so I think most people have a pretty set forward line, like Garner, obviously, and then maybe mid-pricer in, yeah, a mid-pricer or another premium, and then just 3 rookies, or the setup I have, so 2 mid-prices and then 2 rookies. So I don't think many people will be trading in forwards. So yeah, which is pretty good because we don't really have that many options apart from McCarthy. Yeah, so those are probably the trade options for this week. Good luck with your trades. Yeah, this week, it's probably another week of just. This is probably the week where you like swap premiums, like Carney and Batrikios, because of their underperformance. I think rookies are pretty set now. Most people will have all the must-have rookies by the end of this week, so there's probably more freedom with our trades now compared to last week where it was just rookie swaps. So yeah, good luck with your trades, and I'll see you guys all next week.